that's not the only thing about Shem and Aber, but check this out.
I'm sorry.
There's an author online. His name is Mike Blandino, and he states that the patrilineal priesthood began with Adam, then to Enoch, then down to Methuselah and Noah, then Shem, then Aber, then who was Shem's great grandson, and then to Abraham and to Isaac, and to Israel, and eventually it got to Levi or Levi, however, you know. But see, they were all priests of the Most High. And still another source, this source right here, Ask Noah, right here about the 70 nations, because there were 70 children that were born to Noah's 3 sons. It states, but this particular resource states that Shem and Aber had they had a school of the prophets, where Isaac and Jacob were both educated. See, how about that? Is that a shocker enough to you?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a school of the prophets. In fact, as I'm trying to find that book now, in the book of Enoch.
Hey, a quick question.
A
quick question.
Wait. Mm-hmm.
I heard an elder said, like, if you wanted anything settled, go to Abel, and that would settle a matter. And it's a scripture that says that. Now, did that have to do with the school of prophets? Go to Abel, and it would settle a matter. Or if they had like confusion or whatever, they went to Abel to settle the matter, whatever that meant.
Yeah, that's because in fact, Enoch was also treated that way. In fact, he was actually considered to be a king. I mean, and I believe it's in the book of Jubilees. That just before he was taken up, everybody, all those who were planning on following him just followed him to, basically to no end, just like they followed Yeshua. I mean, people following you around, grabbing you, trying to get you to answer their questions and all of that. And that was basically what happened. Yeah, I mean, with all the holy men, such as Enoch and Methuselah and Noah as well. They wound up getting all that kind of treatment because of the fact that they were Kohene Yahweh, or priests of Yahweh's priests. So yeah. Any other questions? Now somehow my presentation. I lost a couple of pages on the presentation, but I can pick this up next time, because somehow I didn't save it. I guess, I lost the last 3 pages of my presentation.
Oh man.
Well, can you go back to that last page then? Because I was looking at something that said it was talking about the sons of Shem. It said Yishak. It said Isaac and someone else, but it said Isaac at the bottom, Isaac and Jacob. But I also see Yishak up there in the middle of the page.
Yeah.
Yishak and Yasharel. That Yishak, that's Isaac, right?
Yep.
Now, is that the same Isaac at the bottom that is speaking of, Isaac and Jacob?
Yes. Yeah, it was in all of my. I just I just use their their quote unquote American names. It's at the bottom. I could I should have kept it the same. So as to avoid confusion there. But that's still
I guess my question should have been, there is more than one Isaac or Yitzhak in the book. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
There may have been, but the ones that we're concerned with in Yahweh's word is the one the one whom his mom laughed when Yahweh approached Abraham and said that yes, in your old age you are going to bear me a son. And she basically busted out laughing, and that became the boy's name. Because his name actually doesn't just mean laughter; it means hysterical laughter.
Yitzhak.
Yeah. Yitzhak. Yeah,
it means Abraham took down and was going to sacrifice.
Yep.
And Yahuwah stopped. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. That's the one.
Who is Methuselah? Like, I heard the name before because I'm looking at the tree, and Methuselah is the one that, it's good to see the tree in that order.
Abraham gave that offering too.
Methuselah was he was the longest lived of anyone on earth. He lived to be 969 years old.
Right.
And he was actually the son of Enoch.
Right.
But his name meant something special. Something specific.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that it has to do with the flood. Mot, this part of his name means death. So, basically, what his name is saying is that upon Methuselah's death, something big is going to happen. And right after he died, what happened? The flood.
Yep. Wow.
But it also says
after he died.
But it also says that he had no beginning of days, right?
That's
no, that's Melchizedek.
Melchizedek, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. Thing is, there's something about Melchizedek too. There's a thing that says that actually that Shem was a Melchizedek.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that too.
And that in fact, Shem outlived Abraham. Yeah, that was that was big because he lived a good 450 years. This is after the flood. He had his first child at over 100 years old.
Yitzhak?
No, Shem.
No, Sem's first child. No, Yitzhak is Abraham's son. Who was Shem's first son?
Shem's first son is Elam. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Elam. Sure.
Verse 22.
Arapachshad and Lud, then Aram. I know y'all know who a couple of these guys are, right?
Not really.
Sure.
Syrian.
Aram and Elam.
And then Axapad, isn't that Metzering?
Arpachshad,
Fakshad, something like that.
Arpachshad is really his name.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get in there. Wait, were you saying he was?
Wasn't that was that Mitzrayim or the Egyptian?
No, he where's the thing? I just had a thing that was telling. Actually, he's well, he had a son, Shelah, who was the father of Aber. You know, where we get the word Hebrew from.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Hebrew.
So yeah, this is a lot of.
I mean, not. I'm sorry. No. I don't know why I said that.
Oh, you're good. You're good. He's actually these people.
Chaldeans. Okay.
Yeah, because these are the
Chaldeans. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the oldest son, he is well, okay. This was one of his kings. You know, one of the kings was. Oh, I don't know why it's.
I'm about to say, I don't know what that is.
My bad. I don't know what's going on with the laptop. It's doing stuff that I wasn't expecting it to do.
And when you get done, King, I got a question for you.
Sure. Hold on. Let me put that in there. Anybody recognize that king?
Mm-hmm. He one of the kings that came up against Abraham.
Yup.
One of the
That's right.
7 kings. One of the.
My system is just showing Shem's sons. I don't see.
That's what we are. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Genesis 14.
I just
one of the 4 kings.
I was typing in what nations they became.
Mm-hmm.
Genesis 14 verse 5.
I don't have that screen.
Uh-oh.
You don't see Shem's sons?
I see Shem's sons. Yeah, I see that screen, but the other conversation you all was saying about the king this and he was the son of the king that, I don't see that.
No. He just typed it in. After Elam. He just typed it in.
No, but see, it's okay.
Yeah, that's all I did.
What was the king's name?
Kedeleomer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the guy who, you know, their territory was somewhere between Shushan, which is in Persia, and Media. In the days in Abraham's days, you know before before him having Isaac, Elam had a king that went by that name, Kedorlaomer. That's in Genesis, the 14th chapter. And he ruled by force over the 5 kingdoms that sat right there in the area where Sodom and Gomorrah are or were.
Mm.
And then now when those people rallied against the king, then he grabbed folk from a place called Amraphel, which is I think Amraphel is one of the sons of Nimrod, and they fought against them. Then that's in Genesis 14, 1 through 16. Then Abraham came up and fought with those 4 kings, to save Lot. So yeah, all of that. So there was a lot of action in that. There's a lot of stuff that you might not have expected. But then with our Apocryphal, in fact, according to Josephus, was the ancestor of the Chaldeans. They lived in the coastal area of the lower Euphrates, and then later moved to Ur, which was y'all remember Ur?
Abraham.
Where was it? What was the important thing about that city?
Wasn't that where Terah was born?
Actually, that was where Abraham was born.
Abraham. Okay.
Yep. But that is where Terah settled. But yeah, so yeah, all of that. So now you see how all of those those names blend in there.
That's a part of the land of Cush, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, with he's no, he's part of this line. See, because some of those people.
I'm talking about the land.
The land. No, that's they're more Arabic people.
Okay. So it would have been
that live around there, like they moved from where they were in because some of those Asian people, we can call them, and some of those African people, the people who were born to Ham, kind of blended together. Yeah, they were, they all, they had a famous city there. Their king, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their king was Nimrod, and he was the one who ordered there to be, the tower built,
right,
and everything. So
that brings me to my next question. Okay, you said that there was a school of prophets. Okay, did it skip over Terah, or because Terah was Nimrod's one of his quote unquote henchmen, or
yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah, it did skip him because of the fact that he wasn't worshiping Yahweh. He was worshiping all of those gods. You remember the story about
right.
When Abraham went there and he went in his little special room and he chopped up one of his dad's of Elohim. Remember that? And there and bust and broke and bust them down.
Right.
and he put the axe that he had in the hand of the larger one.
Right.
You remember that? That was, but yeah, he was. He never, came to worship Yah.
Right. Right. That's why I asked that question.
Kept on telling them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Abraham kept on telling them, Father, you know that these Elohim have no power. They can't talk. They can't do anything. So why are you foolishly sitting here worshiping them? So, and that's where all that whole conversation came from. But then the last time he set Abraham set that whole thing on fire. And one of his brothers ran back into the house to try to save them, and he died.
And he burned up. Yep.
That was actually Lot's father. Yeah. Right. And that's why Abraham adopted Lot, because what I did, your dad died, so now I'm gonna raise you as my own. And
that's why he felt. Yeah, that's why he felt so indebted.
Yeah.
To Lot.
Right. Exactly.
Boy, see how you, man, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
So, even back then, you see that even if you have, tradition or, the order, if you will, that it even if you got holiness in your family, somebody is always going to, even though they got the inheritance and blessings, gonna buck the system. And that's exactly what Terah did, I see.
Yeah, he was trying to ease by in there. And the thing is, I mean, it's not like they don't know about the Most High.
Right.
He basically just, he sat under Nimrod, and Nimrod just, he wasn't. Nimrod was not buying nothing from the Most High because he was doing his own thing. In fact, he started the tower because not only because he wanted to avoid being flooded ever again, but because he was planning to attack the Most High. And you heard the language that went on in there. Yahweh, I believe he was talking to Yahshua and said, man, look, we got to go down there and stop them, because in a minute ain't nothing gonna be able to stop them. Because they were all on the same page. They were all working together as one. And that was what got the Most High's attention. It's like, y'all are all ganging up on me as one. So yeah, that was kind of big right there, I thought.
That's powerful.
Yeah, that was. There was another scripture. I'm trying to remember where it was, where Israel started doing things as one. And they all spoke with one voice, but for some reason I can't find it. I know it's somewhere, either in the Kings or it's in one of the writings.
Mm-hmm. So this answers my question. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'm not done with this. I have to rewrite those last 3 pages that just disappeared off of the thing. I'm gonna put those back on, and we'll start from this, where the the nations that came out of Shem next time.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. I just answered some of my questions. The reason why some of Abraham's or Noah's descendants were able to marry each other because like the Lineans and the Chaldeans. See, a lot of people think the Chaldeans are Hamitic from Ham.
Right.
And Assyrians. But you breaking it down, they're Shemites, or Shemitic.
Yep. Yep.
They were allowed to marry each other because they were of the same original root.
Yeah.
Family tree.
Exactly. And then you know about Moab and Ammon, being both Lot's children by his daughters and stuff, and what that word Moab actually means. It means the son of the father, basically.
So that's why Boaz was allowed to marry Ruth.
Right.
Ruth was a Moabite.
Right. Yeah, because she was part of the lineage. Yep. She was. Yep. Exactly.
Making sense.
But wasn't the Chaldeans that they became enemies to Israel because they didn't let Israel pass or something, right? Was it them?
Yeah,
I think
because from my understanding on that, and anybody could correct me. Feel free to jump in there. That because they actually started, they did that to start a war with Israel, because they were, because I don't know if it was if there was some kind of spirit that came over them, because Bible didn't say that right then, but yeah, that was something to provoke war against Israel, because everybody was jealous of them, not like people were just they were basically jealous that and what's going to happen eventually, right? Because like, wait a minute, how come they get rivers to pass through? A lot of times it winds up being jealousy. Just like. No, go ahead.
I was going to say Assyria. Looking at it now, Assyrians took their own people into captivity.
Yep, they sure did.
And I've been, for the longest, I've been thinking that, these were like, enemies of just of different people. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's like your relatives. You capturing your own relatives.
Same thing like with Joseph, his brothers did to Joseph.
Yeah.
But then too, now let's bring that forward. Remember what happened with Idi Amin, Ho Chi Minh. It was they were, those were mass genocides against their own people.
Yeah.
They, and that's still right there in that part of the world.
Adolf Hitler.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Him too. I'm just saying that right there with you know, Idi Amin. I mean, you know, he was a soldier. Actually, he came. He and the army did a coup on the former leader. They killed him and everything, and basically took over the country. So I mean, you know, that's been happening throughout the generations, and then even look what happened to Anwar Sadat, and you know, the guy that was over Egypt, you know, Mitzrayim. He was assassinated back in 1981, and you know, and I was like, did people just turn on their own people?
I thought
Libya.
I thought Turkey was of Yapet.
Japet? Well, certain ones are. Like Joaquin.
Hey, what's up, man? I finally got on.
Good. What's up?
I got on. I know how to do everything now, man. Yeah, what's the stuff?
There you go. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Yeah.
What's the subject on the day? What's today subject?
We were just talking about Shem. You know, the Shemites. You know, I haven't finished it. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna recap a little bit next week. Then I'm gonna move forward. But yeah, because somehow my last 3 pages of my thing disappeared, my PowerPoint presentation. So I'm gonna have to go back and you know, refigure all that. But you know, it's all good.
Okay, yeah, it's good to see y'all brothers, man.
Yeah, big time, man.
Last time I was on your Zoom. I mean, I know I was on your duel, but everybody was on Zoom. And when you hung up on the duel, I got disconnected.
Oh, for real? Oh, wow.
You didn't know I was on the duel.
Yeah, I was like, you all right?
You creeped in on.
I saw your name on there, and I was like, it didn't click until you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, I'm boom now. Good.
I tell you what, I got a question. If you're done expounding, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, wait. Did I finish answering your first question, or you need?
Oh no, you guys were just talking. I was just going to go like lateral on the topic to another whole thing. But if you had something else to say,
no. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just my question was, what is the can you expound on, if so, the relation to and the involvement of the Asians having something to do with the lies of the Bible and their relation with the people of the Caucasus Mountains? Caucasians.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with that whole shebang? Like, the Asians supposed to have something to do with the lies of the Bible, and they have a relation or ordinance or whatnot with the people of the Caucasus Mountains?
Well, I'm a really get into that when I do Yapet, but just really briefly, you know that what do you call it is of Asian origin. Israel. Shem, he was originally of Asian origin, but then him being right next to Ham, they often intermated, if you want to call it that. So
that kind of, even that by itself, it makes sense, because I think like my wife, she's she's part South Asian, Sri Lanka.
Oh, Sri Lanka. Okay.
You know, but she from LA, so she claimed black. You know, she claimed Hebrew.
Right.
I be looking at her like, hold on, you tripping? That's that your path you got in you.
Because thing is, you know what? Actually, everybody wound up kind of overlapping into interracial type relationships, and I mean, over the years, some things were done on purpose, other things, because of immediate contact and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna start getting in more into that too. Once once we make it all the way through Shem, because that might take me all of the next session. but it's I know it's a lot, because y'all gonna probably have a lot of questions and stuff. So yeah,
but that's why they were all brothers though, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So there had to be that intermingling in between under the top of the tree somehow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They thing is, from a linguistic point of view, that's how some languages were spoken, and other languages were either dropped or they were spoken secretly or usually in that people's liturgy or religious service and stuff. They would do, because actually, what the Sapa Achat was, right? It's the in Genesis chapter 11 verse 1, that everyone spoke the same language.
Mm-hmm.
And you
that's why he said there's neither Jew nor Greek, neither male nor female.
Yeah. That first language, according to, what is that, Jubilees, I want to say the 24th chapter. It's either the 24th chapter or the 27th chapter, where Abraham was, he was praying and everything, and all of a sudden he was like approached by an angel, and let me see if I can. No, it's chapter 12, chapter 12, and chapter 12, like verse 24. Let me see if I can get it. Jude 12. It's like 19 or 20, like 20, 21, somewhere in there. Okay. 20. Okay.
I think verse
right.
19. 12, 19.
12. Actually, where it actually says what I'm talking about is 12:26 actually.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's see. Okay, he was speaking to. Let me see where we at. Well, deliver me from the hands of evil spirits. Right. This was Abraham praying in verse 20. He said, "Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have dominion over the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my Elohim, and establish thou me and my seed forever, that we go not astray from henceforth and forevermore." And he said, "Shall I return unto Ur of the Chaldees, who seek my face, that I may return to them? Am I to remain in this place?" He's trying to figure out what to do. Then down in verse 23, he says, "And I will bless you, and I will make make your name great. This is Yah speaking, and you shall be blessed in the earth, and in you shall all the families of the earth be blessed, and I will bless them that bless you, and curse them that curse you, and I will be an Elohim to you and your son, and to your son's son, and to all your seed. Fear not from henceforth, and unto all generations of the earth. I am your Elohim. And Yahweh Elohim said, open his mouth and his ears, that he may hear and speak with his mouth, with the language which has been revealed, for it has ceased from the mouths of all the children of men from the day of the overthrow of Babel. And I opened his mouth and his ears and his lips, and I began to speak with him in Hebrew, in the tongue of the creation. And that was what I was getting at. That I believe was what was called the one language that the whole earth spoke. Wait, everybody still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the same one language, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hebrew was the one language.
Yeah.
So what is Sarah Pahat?
Huh?
What is Sarah Pahat? That's a language?
No, it's that's Hebrew for the one language.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, Sapahat. Yeah, that's what it means. It means ahat is one, and Sapa is language.
Mm-hmm. So if Hebrew is our original language, we really need to go get back and start studying our original language.
Yeah, it's also the language of the creation. So
right.
So Yah also, Yah spoke it with us. Matter of fact, that's how Adam learned. It was through Yah.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the. You want me, Brother Barsha? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, man, I can't wait to next week, but I mean, just a little bit, answer a lot of questions, that I had as well, as far as those nations, and like you said, the Syrians and Lud, the Moabites, the people that we see today in Assyria, they're nowhere near the original people.
Right.
Those people, I mean, completely mixed. I mean, you could look at Egypt, Mediterranean. Those are not the same original Egyptians.
Right. I know those aren't, because they spent years without an army, and without, I mean, with a very few men there, because the army was drowned in the Red Sea, chasing after Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they were told for a long time. That's why the British Empire was able to walk in there and make short work of them.
And then the Egyptians, did they run down to Ethiopia? Oh, no, I'm not Ethiopia, Sudan.
Some of them did. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, that's so yeah, that and then in fact, after the what do you call it thing? Some of the Egypt's pharaohs were from other nations. They were from surrounding African nations, but they were from other nations.
Lika, I was reading earlier today, and I wanted to, because he asked about the Oriental or the Chinese or something like that, and I ran across something that you brothers can probably help me out with. It is the name of Cain, okay? If you come like Genesis 4:1, and you look up his name, Cain, it's in the Hebrew dictionary, 7014. And Cain, yes. And I don't know, can I share my screen, or how could this? I don't know if I can
he has to give you the he's got to pass
well,
you the time.
I mean, you could it doesn't matter. But,
it's open. It's open,
okay.
card.
It's open. Okay.
Okay. Then let me see here. Share my screen. I guess here. Okay. Currently, what are you seeing? I don't know what you're seeing. What are you all seeing? I'm trying to get here.
Nothing right now.
You all don't see anything?
I see Joaquin's screen.
Okay,
still.
I might be. It's telling me that I'm viewing his screen, so let me see.
Yeah, your screen's still up, Joaquin.
Right. No, yeah, I see where you're going.
You see where I'm going? It's number 8. It's 7014.
Yep. Cain,
you see that?
Cain.
That's deep.
Yeah, it is.
You might have to.
And I got that this morning. I got that this morning, and I need that explained because I'm like, whoa! And it was interesting that he just brought that up.
Of an Oriental tribe, it's that.
Because that was way before the people you're talking about.
Yeah, this was clean back about 100 years after the fall.
Right. And they were already speaking of an Oriental group of people coming from Cain.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it. Okay, can you all see my screen now?
No, that's why I was going to say, Joaquin, you have to. I think you might have to get off yours.
Oh.
It also, I was. Let me see. Let me figure it out.
Or he could pull it up. I'm in what is this? eSword. I was just gonna do it, but he can.
I'll just kick me out. Hold on. I'm gonna go back out and I'm gonna re-sign in. Then you ought to be able to get it if that's such your part.
Oh, okay. Because it tells me I'm sharing my screen. It says you are screen sharing.
There you go.
Okay, you see me now?
Yeah, we see
it. Your screen.
And it says Cain and Abel. It says Cain and Abel at the top.
Yep.
Okay. This is what I was getting at. And the brother just brought out, he was speaking of the Oriental or the Chinese nation. And I was studying this morning and I came to this by Cain's name, or Cain, how you pronounce it. But read that definition.
Can you highlight it?
It won't get any larger. Let me see. What can I do?
It says Cain. Cain.
Let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can make it big. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna go like this. See. There we go. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yep. Cain, the same as Hebrew number 7013, with a play upon the affinity to Hebrew 7069. Cain or Cain, the name of the first child, also of a place in Palestine, and of an Oriental tribe, Cain, Kenite, or Kenite.
And I was dealing with that because I'm like, whoa! It actually says Cain is the first child of Adam. I'll just keep it English. Adam and Eve.
Yep.
He's the first child. And they're saying the Oriental tribe came from him.
Yep. As it did say, Cain knew his wife.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
No, because it did say Cain knew his wife, and boom, bang, boom.
Yeah. And that was interesting when the brother brought up about the child. I said, I just saw that earlier today because I was going to ask about it. Because that supersedes, like I was saying, he said he'll come back in, but that's way before Shem.
Yep.
That this Oriental group, like they said, it was a lot of different nations.
Might have to bring it back up once you get in, but yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
But you know what? Now I was under the pretense that, and we, it's so many, nations to deal with, but
I agree.
Part of the Asian nations was from Moab.
Mm-hmm.
Moabites.
Mm-hmm.
That Moab is of what you call Japanese of today.
Okay.
But it's just so much to eat, and you bringing this up. I mean, it says what it says: Oriental tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we have so many Oriental tribes, Asian tribes.
Right.
Not all of one, of one people.
Right.
They're not monolithic. I put it that way.
Yeah.
Right. Just like we're not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found that interesting when I saw that earlier today.
Yeah. Then you get because most of the all of the Asian people came originally from Shem, but then Cain kind of it's not so much that he was cast off, but eventually he was killed.
Right. And he was shunned. He was shunned. It was like you didn't hear any more about him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because thing is, with him, I don't know, because when you break Yahweh's commandments like that, there's there's no telling what
right.
the punishment actually was. It's like, wow, you just especially the way Yahweh brought it up, said his bloods cried to me from the ground. Like, bloods. Wow. So in other words, all of the kids that Habel would have had, their blood is on your hands too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he says not to, thou shalt not murder. It's just because when you're killing someone, you're not just killing them.
Mm-hmm.
And you're killing every one of their descendants.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Brother Joaquin, when you was reading about the original language being Hebrew, were you reading from from Jubilee?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Is there any way that's located in the King James?
The Jubilee is in the King James with the Apocrypha. You should have that.
No, I mean that. I'm talking about since they kind of cross over. I was wondering, was those scriptures identifying the original language, was that in the King James and in a place in the King James? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't run across them.
Okay. Okay.
So
I have Acts 26:14 highlighted because it's one of my go-tos to prove out what he's saying. It's up on, I think, I'm still screen sharing, right? Acts 26:14. It was Mashiach or Christ or Jesus speaking to Saul or Shaul before his conversion. Shaul.
Yep.
And I see it.
You see it? And it says, And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And so that's showing Mashiach. You can actually use this for a few things because, you know, it's actually a group of people that go, well, maybe he wasn't Hebrew because they don't want to let go of that Jesus name. But but this Acts 26:14 shows he was speaking from heaven and he used Hebrew. Now, if you know anything about Shmuel, he knew many different languages. But that language was used to communicate with him. And that shows the significance of what was being spoken from heaven.
I was trying to document the original language. It doesn't say it was the original language.
It doesn't say it was original, no, but it does. I guess you can go to Zephaniah. Well, Zephaniah has a pure language. What is that? Zephaniah 2 and 9 or something?
2 and 9, I think.
I think it's 2 and 9. Wait, let me see.
Let me.
What? Oh, okay. Zephaniah 2 and 9, I think it is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. Therefore, I live. Is that it? No, it's near here. 2 and 9 or 3 and. Is it 3 and 9?
What chapter?
Says Zephaniah. Hold on a second.
Zephaniah.
Yeah, it's 3 and 9. Here it is. It's Zephaniah 3 and 9.
A pure language. Right. Yep. 3:9.
But again, it's not saying Hebrew, but then you can do some, remember we was talking about hermeneutics last week. You can hit where, like Elohim or Yah said, I am the El of the Hebrews. You can hit
3.
other areas that show if he's the El of the Hebrews.
That's Exodus 3.
He would speak the language they spoke. They're his people. It's ways to get to it. But yeah, Zephaniah 3 and 9 shows there is a pure language.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Just trying to see. Yeah, I'm with what the brother said though. With there's neither Jew nor Greek. You know, we're all if you are accepting of the Torah and you believe Mashiach has already come again, that's what's important. Because there's a lot of people that believe in Mashiach, but they don't think he came yet.
Right.
And I guess that would be probably the Khazars, the traditional what people believe to be the Jews.
Right.
They believe.
They say that he was boiled in a thing of his own crap his own.
Yeah, that's in the Talmud.
Yeah, that's in the Talmud.
I'm about to say it's a lot of stuff in there. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're trying not to justify because it comes down to they don't want to admit they was the ones that killed them, but it was all prophetic. It was all meant to be that way. But yeah, I've heard that they don't want to deal with the fact that they killed the Messiah. They're looking for the son of Dawid, and they don't feel that the man that's spoken of in the New Testament is him.
Yeah, they are, but no, go ahead, brother.
No, I was going to say that you're absolutely right. They believe in the Talmud, and then the Talmud goes into they believe that he did exist, but they don't. They in other words, they look at him as the anti-Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They look at him as a devil, and that's where, that's the reason why they feel like they can do whatever they want to do. If you go into the Talmud and the Sanhedrin, you will see that that's why they feel like they can swindle the Goyim.
Yeah.
And they have no conscience about that. They can go in and sleep with baby.
Yeah.
That's 3 years old. That they can do all type of things. They look at us as cattle. And if you look at Goyim, it is translated as beasts, field, animals of the field, so to speak. So the Talmud itself is satanic. So everything that our Yahshua HaMashiach stood for, they're anti. They're counter. So these are actually, if you go into the word, these are Amalekites, and they were pure evil, wicked. That's why Yahuwah told Joshua to destroy everything, the man, women, cattle, pottery, and everything, because they've always been wicked and evil.
And they look. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
They look at us as cattle, but you got the bankers looking at us like collateral. It's kind of like the same thing going on.
That's their whole. It's because it's not even just cattle. It's that word chattel, because chattel means something that from which you earn money, but you don't count as important enough to vote or important enough to change the political or religious or law of wherever they live. So
Speaking of all of that, I was looking up Queen Elizabeth last week, and her nickname is Lilith. And Lilith means, how he's supposed to be the first wife of Lucifer and all that, but the definition of Lilith is one who seeks pregnant women and indigenous people. She kills them, and the pictograph that it shows is this woman standing in between two owls and on the backs of two lions. This makes me think that they get their glory or their money off of the backs of Judah. And a video I saw, it was, it did a whole word play on how Israel is real, and that without Israel, there is no Illuminati. Basically, you know how the story when Christopher Columbus came over to the native land, he was looking for gold or whatever, and he saw all these people already here, and they were beautiful, us, and they had great teeth and skin, and they were handsome, and they were actually worth more than gold. Then he came back with his army,
Well, Christopher Columbus never even made it to over here. That was misleading or a lie taught to us. He never even made it.
Yeah.
So, the thing is that so many things that we're still learning, so many things that, like Lilia, I started to read that, and then I had to put it down because it was just so much, conjunction. Yeah, it was really, really far out.
Yeah.
And, and I've heard that where she is basically a demon that causes miscarriages. But I've never seen anything else to collaborate, you know, that story.
Right.
Of her being married to
oh yeah, I definitely didn't. You know, I know her
Adam.
husband was Prince Hall or whatever, Prince Harry.
Yeah, been married
Charles.
to Adam. Yeah. And, so you know,
I put things together in my own way, and it's like, okay, yeah, they do. What's that? The adrenochrome. They steal children. They capture kids and kill them, scare them, and that whatever that protein or whatever the blood releases, you know, in their fear before their death. That's what they want. The adrenochrome. That's why I put that with the whole mystery of the Lilith who prowls at night, you know, and lives on the backs of lions.
Yeah.
Now you see how that's going, because just earlier today, Brother Ahmad was talking about, what was that, Monsters Inc.?
Monsters Inc., yeah, the movie.
And how they use that adrenaline to, when you were speaking of your grandson having nightmares. And I think that was before he got on here, but it's interesting how it's going full circle, because he was talking about the adrenaline rush or whatever that protein that is. I know what you speak. I can't remember the name.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, it's released in their fear.
Right.
And that is what these succubuses or whatever they are, that's what they want. That's what they're trying to get. They want that fear juice before they kill these kids. And so it fits what you were saying about Monsters Inc. because, you know, what I don't know if it's art imitating life or life imitating art, but a lot of times they telling you exactly what they doing, but they make it cute. You know, they try to make it cute, but they're letting you know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, well said. And that's that's in the Talmud as well. That you have to tell the Goyim what you're going to do before you do it. In other words, you have to show them.
Yeah.
And you have to put it right there, literally in their face. Remember that movie They Live? With Roddy Piper? When he was that epic fight scene with the brother, they fight in the alley, and he just
trying to make him put the glasses on.
Put the glasses on. So, you know, they always put things right before us, but see, that brother was like oblivious to everything that was right there before him.
Yeah.
And he just didn't want to see it. And the Matrix plays a role in that too. You know, so it's things that the Goyim, not the Goyim, but the Khazars and the Sephardic and the Ashkenazi Jews, where they control the entertainment industry, and they're doing what the Talmud tells them to do, being honest. You know, but we look at it, and like you said, it's art imitating life, but it is also a form of predictive programming, to where they are giving you exactly what they're going to do before they do it. That's why The Simpsons has so many factual things that were predicted 20 years ago. And I mean, in the cartoon, it shows exactly the scene that has actually played out in real life. Even to the part where Trump went over to Saudi Arabia, put his hands on the globe, and had the other Arabians around him with the swords, and they got their hands on the globe too. That very scene was in the Simpsons cartoon 20 years ago. So we're dealing with a form of Kabbalahism. Kabbalahism is kind of like witchcraft, sorcery, voodoo. So that's what we're dealing with as far as, you know, even in the entertainment industry, and it all goes back to the Talmud.
And they still
but you know, Kobe's death was on the cartoon or the Simpsons.
Right.
One of them. So that's what, you know, like the way you just explained that, and then all of a sudden this death comes, it makes me think, well, maybe he's on a private island, just like our Epstein.
Yeah, they had him crash in the helicopter. I mean, and then his rings fall off. Remember his rings fell off his hands?
Yeah, I mean, he had one more than,
Yeah, they literally, look, a lot of times that you see people passing untimely deaths, actually, they don't have to put their hands on you. They go to their demons. Kabbalism. That's what Madonna is, a Kabbalah witch. She's a high Kabbalah witch.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so are the Kardashians. They all run around in the same circles. You saw it in Hollywood, Barsha.
That's what I was about to explain. Okay, when I had got introduced to this A-list casting director, right? She had already won, what's the name of the Higher Awards? I've been out, not the Oscar,
Academy Award,
Emmys. So she was a multiple Emmy. So now here I am working with her, right? She's the wife of Christopher Walken. Her name is Sheila Jaffe. She casts a lot of big-time A-list. So I'm working with her. Now, as I'm working with her, they're taking me through this image training, right? They're building up my image and what's going to happen next with me. And they're molding me at the same time. We had gotten to the point to where they were getting ready to make me a power couple with a woman that's a big-time actress right now. She was just starting out at the time. And my actual girlfriend is my wife right now. She was the one connecting us. Okay? So she wasn't liking it when we were starting to have conversations. And, you know, at the time, I'm just like, yo, I'm just going, yeah, that's just my image wife. You know, my mind wasn't thinking about, like, this is really what it is. You know what I'm saying? But my wife was getting upset. I'm like, yo, you know, we about to be doing this, doing that. You know, don't trip, you know. You my girl, this ain't nothing. But it was a lot more than, you know, what. And so they were building my image over a 7-year period of time. And they were building up what was going to happen next. It makes me think about that Kobe commercial. And that he had a commercial with Kanye. I don't know if that was the same commercial or not. Kanye West. There was another LeBron James.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there was a commercial where LeBron James hung up the jersey. It was next to a fire alarm or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when y'all talk about predictive programming, they're already doing these type of things when they bring you in. They know who you are out of high school. When I came out of high school, I didn't have, my only scholarship offer was to Philander Smith. And I wanted to play football. But the Razorbacks called me a month after Philander offered me the scholarship, in which I got that from a state essay. I wrote an essay and I won of the whole state. And Philander recognized me in front of like this big meeting or whatever, in front of all of the county, the students in that county. We went to this meeting and they called my name. I was like, what the heck? And I got a scholarship, but they didn't have no team. But what I'm saying is, when I got home, the Razorbacks coaching staff called me. And guess what my number was in college?
66.
6.
Okay.
Guess what my number was in high school? 6.
Huh.
Okay. Then I get to college and some things happen. All right. I'm thinking I'm about to get it on. You know what I'm saying? Our third year, I'm the #1 receiver. You know what I'm saying? In the spring, and I'm about to be like on the second depth of the race, you know, on the regular season, which means I'm going to be the 4th receiver to get in. I'm getting in. You know, I'm about to get it. But some things happen in my life. Yahuwah wouldn't let those things happen. So, quite a few times where big, amazing things were supposed to happen or in the process of happening, and then, boom, it does, for whatever major reason, a la September 11th, when I had just worked with John Madden, and I was working with Danny Glover. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get it somewhere. I'm getting it. And then I'm so happy that these things didn't happen. But when I got with Jaffe, it was Jay, you know what I'm saying, Jay Fox that brought me on to her. But my wife is the one that introduced me to him, because she was you know, kind of in the industry doing wardrobe assistant and stuff like that. Boom, boom, boom. So it's taken a long time. I'm like, yo, when I'm gonna do my first, when I'm gonna get on set, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start waxing out, working my craft. It was taking a while. And then, you know, I get an email like every month telling me about this and that, and send in a video of me doing this, or get into this class or that class. So I was doing all that. I was following, you know, and I'm wondering, why is it taking so long? Time came around. You know what I mean? Oh, so now I'm looking at it. Oh, so they were building my image at the time. They were seeing if this is something I'm really going to do, if this is what I really want to do, so that when they finally drop it, I'm going to go with the plan, you know, in which, you know how the plan changes as you go, but they already anticipate that. They're already, just like the NBA games, they're already predicting what's supposed to happen, and they work on the fly. They got professionals that work on the fly throughout the process if something happens. If Ben Simmons don't act right, if Kyrie don't act right, what we gonna do? You know, let's try to get him in. Oh, he don't want to compromise. All right, we're gonna do this. Same thing they was doing with me. So it reminds me of those videos, and then Kobe dies. So now I'm thinking, shoot, I mean, is the dude really dead? Because the dude, what's the Harvey Weinstein? When he went down, yeah, they wrote it and made it look like this. But what is it really? Where is he really? Because this is what they do. They are the ones that kill kids, rape little children. Probably listening to this call right now. You see what I'm saying?
No, they are.
Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So, is the dude dead? Was he with them, or is he with us? You know, the other dudes that died, like Wilt Chamberlain. I think about that. I mean, is it just a story to keep us diverted, while there's really something else going on, like Elvis walking around?
Yeah, I personally don't worry about that, because, you know, my main focus is you know what I'm saying, saving my people. You know, I get what you're saying, because I used to be an avid Tupac fan too. But I look back now, a lot of things that Tupac said was, you know what I'm saying, against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if he alive, if he's in Cuba, or if he's, you know, wherever, I could care less. You know, because if you ain't serving my Father in spirit and truth, you're not my brother no way. Or you're not my sister.
That's what put us at ease, because we know we have one assignment.
Right. But I know one thing: the walk that I did, the path and the journey that I did take, it led me up to this point to be with y'all today at this very moment. And just think, if we would have did something just a little bit different, it could have caused us not to be here with each other in this point in this life. You know, so everything has this synchronicity, and it's appointed time, and it's ordained order, and that's what I strive, and that's what you know, that's all I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing. It's a lot of things that's not going to be answered until that, you know what I'm saying, until we get in the kingdom anyway.
Right. Exactly.
And they not even.
I was looking at. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. And they were not even talking about like the 6,000 women that's going missing. And then it's like when you find some of them, they are using like a lot of they melanin and cutting them up or whatever, all that stuff. So
yeah.
I was looking at Walmart. I was in Walmart. We doing a job for Walmart, and I'm looking at as you go out, they have that wall, the infamous wall of missing children. And some of these children have been missing for 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
And I believe it said 22. I wanted to say 22,000. 22,000 go missing. Y'all, that's a heck of a lot of children. I think the number of black women that go missing is close to 100,000. Black women go missing every year.
Last year.
Yeah, and then black men, the numbers is just as high. So we got enemies that know our spiritual power, and they always try to steal that. And I go back to the Kabbalahism. These Khazar, they've already caught numerous of these people who are organ harvesting. Guess who they are? Fake Jewish people.
Yeah.
Khazar.
Yeah.
Up in Detroit, in Chicago, running organ harvesting rings. So we're dealing with not only spiritual but physical enemies of Zion.
And we think we just coming up missing it. And the bros, like you and I, they can get us too. They just joke us with the needle real quick. Oh, they got me. Oh, what they do? Oh, and then you fall out. Is that what they did with the boy that was found in the rolled up carpet? I think that was Florida.
Oh yeah.
The high school gym.
Yeah, he was missing organs.
Yeah, his organs were gone.
Yeah.
They do that. They can get me like that. Come by, I ain't paying attention. I'm sitting somewhere with my window down, and y'all got and then fall out.
Yeah.
They just found a brother named Jelani. Jelani, I forgot his last name. They just found him the other week in college, doing great.
Basketball player,
right? I don't know if he was a basketball player, but he was in college. But they just found him. I mean, with his organs missing, no eyes, no brain, organs totally gone.
What?
Wait, what was his last name?
Let me look it up. His first name is Jelani.
Yeah.
That was recently?
Yes, ma'am.
Jelani
Day.
Day.
Last week.
Oh, yeah.
His last name Day. Jelani Day. I think.
Okay.
Jelani Day.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Day. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a cousin that almost fits that very description, and his first name is Jelani too. That's what I was asking.
That was in Illinois, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Illinois.
Okay. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. So they look. Melanin is worth. It's probably more now.
It's 7 o'clock.
$365 a gram. That's more than gold or silver.
Yeah.
So they know that we're literally the blessing of Yahuwah.
Yeah.
We're powerful beings, like Dr. Claude Anderson says. We're exceptional people.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.